Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. As with our DLC case completed, 3 cases are down within the game. However, we move now on to episode 3 of our real mainstay, the bulk, the main meal. As we look at this cool splash screen from the Monsters Turnabout, we move over and start a new adventure, Turnabout Academy. Let's go. Well, of course we'll start from the beginning of the episode. Let's do it! Don't ask me a question twice. And so it begins.
Themis Legal Academy, a prestigious high school with alumni in the highest echelons of the legal world.
Well, that looked kind of dark. So we come to October 24th at 1:25 PM, the Themis Legal Academy. Oh no, I'm gonna be late! Now where are we? And what time are we in? Phew, finally! So this is it. The illustrious Themis Legal Academy. This has got to be the past. This is the place where many distinguished lawyers and prosecutors got their start. Or maybe not. When news spread that Mr. Wright had gotten his attorney's badge back, he received a call from the school asking him to pay a visit. Mr. Wright brought us along, hoping we'd learn something from the experience. But no, I had to go and blow it by getting here 30 minutes late. Nope, this is current time. At least, it's not all business today. After all, today's their school festival. It's proper school festivals, as depicted in many a Japanese anime. We never have anything like this in England, ever. Wow, this place has school festival written all over it. Literally. But why all the cold stares? Is it because everyone's in a school uniform except me? Well, I like the way I dress. I wonder where Mr. Wright and Apollo are. The Prosecute and Classy Cafe. Your attention, please. I just like that pun I just noticed in the corner. We got guilty dogs, culpable curry, just a standard art exhibit, weirdly enough, mock trial, and more. This is an announcement from the mock trial committee. The mock trial will begin shortly. All students and faculty, please proceed at once to the lecture hall. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tannoy. Sounds like a mock trial is about to start. But where's this lecture hall? Looks like all the students and faculty are heading that way. Might as well join them. Maybe I'll find Mr. Wright and Apollo there. Maybe we will. What's going on? Now that's some fancy displays. And that is a fancy classroom, or... I mean, it's a mock court in and of itself to look like, but wow! Auditorium kind of bits and all? What the hell? The Themis Legal Academy, the 3rd floor lecture hall. It must be the lecture hall. Wow, they spent some serious money on this place, yeah, first thoughts. This district court can't even compete. Hey, Athena, over here! Ah, Mr. Wright! Apollo! I've been looking for you, too. I'm so sorry I'm late. It's okay. Sorry we couldn't wait for you. But we didn't want to be late for our meeting. Lucky for you, the person we're supposed to meet also seems to be running late. Mr. Wright, Mr. Justice, it seems Prof. Courte has yet to arrive. Professor Courte, basically. What the hell? How unprofessorial, I thought I was going to say unprofessional of her, to keep visitors to our esteemed institution waiting like this. I shall make her right, I will not. Oh, who do we have here? You look like a statue. Right, you haven't been introduced yet. Ah, yes, you must be the young lady Mr. Wright was telling me about. I'm Aristotle Means, a professor at this hallowed hall of learning. I oversee the lawyer course here. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Athena Cykes. I just recently got my attorney's badge myself. It's nice to meet you too. How wonderful! So vigorous and vivacious. You just earned yourself a gold star. Okay. Wow, thanks. That big smile of his is kind of scary, though. Yes. Yes, it is. Looks like the mock trial's about to begin. What are we going to do about our meeting? Oh, speaking of the mock trial, do either of you know what it's about? Oh, but I thought we had sent a pamphlet to your office. Right, the pamphlet. Whatever happened to that? You won't be seeing it again. Trucy used it for the old rip it up and restore it trick. Unfortunately, it didn't work as advertised. Well, it seems I'd better explain the situation then. Thank you, Professor. Okay, we'll talk to you, Mr. Scary Guy. Your badge looks like it's literally... I mean, its eyes are scales like justice, but it looks like it's screaming. It does not look happy. And how does he use those tiny glasses on his nose? Now, does anyone have any questions? I do, Professor. Could you tell me all about your school? Oh, what an excellent question. Here's a gold star for asking. Stop it. Our academy, it's not even a star, it's an okay sign. Don't do it below the waist. Our academy has 3 courses to choose from. Students seeking to be lawyers take the lawyer course. Likewise, budding prosecutors take the prosecutor course. And future judges, the judge course. Wow, you have everything here for someone who wants to seriously pursue a career in law. Yes, well, that's what makes our school special. And today, even more so. After all, we are to be treated to a lecture by the legendary attorney, Phoenix Wright. Ah, I've got my rep back. We can't wait to hear all about his return to the legal profession. You're giving a lecture, Mr. Wright? But you're not even a professor. well, I'm just giving them what they want. Right, today's plan then. The mock trial we want to know about, though. Did you even know you were meant to be giving a lecture here today? Yeah, sort of, but I came early because I was supposed to have a meeting with the head of the judge course, Constance Courte. It's been a whirlwind of a morning. Let's leave it at that. Prof. Courte, she is a wonderful instructor, but quite unpunctual. Oh, so that's who's late. From what I've heard, our esteemed Mr. Wright here is scheduled to hold a training seminar tomorrow in addition to today's lecture. A training seminar? For lawyers? What exactly does that involve? Why, it involves the very skills that make a lawyer. Bluffing! The arm angle when shouting objection! The proper way to strike the podium. How to project one's voice. And most importantly, how to bluff your way to victory! Huh? Who exactly do you want me to teach stuff like that to again? What a wonderful question! You just earned yourself a gold star! Thank you. The great honor of taking a seminar by a famous lawyer and a famous prosecutor. That is what is at stake in this mock trial, the crown jewel of the school festival. Okay, in the mock trial, let's learn more about that. The mock trial in question is a prestigious event that every student aspires to win. The top student in the lawyer course and the top student in the prosecutor course face off in a simulated court case set in this very school. As for the case itself, we select the best script written by a judge course student and base our case on that. Oh, a one-on-one battle? How thrilling! So, if the student studying to be a lawyer wins, they get to take my training seminar? But what if the other student wins? I'm not a prosecutor, so... There's no cause for alarm. We have a famous prosecutor ready for just such a case. But exactly who it is? Well, that is a special surprise. Edgeworth! Come on, Edgy! A famous prosecutor? No, it can't be! Professor Means, forgive me for interrupting you and your guests. Oh, hello. I'm Juniper Woods, a third... Oh, what? Okay, you look way different. I'm Juniper Woods, a third year in the judge course. What? You were gonna be a judge? So this is... before. Even the very first trial we did. Ah, the timelines! Professor, the trial will begin shortly, since you'll be delivering the pre-trial speech. Would you mind waiting up in the balcony until we're ready for you?
My, how fairly organized you are, Juniper. You just earned yourself a gold star too. But what about Prof. Courte? Well, I suppose she'll eventually arrive. Now then, I trust you will look after our visitors, Juniper.
Yes, of course, Professor Means. God, she seems like lifeless. Juniper? Juniper Woods, is that you? Then, Athena, I almost didn't recognize you. I didn't know you were back from Europe. Wait, you two know each other? Now that's a coincidence indeed. We've known each other since we were kids. We're like best friends, right, Junie? So much so they didn't even recognize each other. Yes, well, we live close to each other, so we used to play in the forest all together. Yeah, like a lot. Why would she look at me? I guess I shouldn't be surprised since we haven't seen each other in a long time. Anyway, we're supposed to go wait in the waiting room, right? Not that I wouldn't mind taking in the mock trial you're putting on today. Unfortunately, the mock trial is only for students and faculty. There is one seat reserved for Mr. Wright, but no other exceptions are allowed.
Yes, I'm very sorry, but it is part of the student curriculum after all. I hope you won't mind remaining in the waiting room until the trial concludes.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to learn something new today. I mean, why can't he stand at the back or something? Or the auditorium? He can watch? God. I'll tell you what, Polo. Why don't you take my place? What? Really? Sure. Besides, I'll let her meet with Prof. Courte as soon as she gets here. Oh, no fair. I want to see the mock trial too. Sit in the same seat then. So, I'm going to let Apollo pull what little rank he has. If it's okay with Prof. Means.
But of course, Mr. Wright, if that is what you wish.
You settled then. We'll expect a full and detailed report, Apollo, so pay attention. Being the new kid sure stinks. If you would please follow me, I'll escort you down to the waiting room on the first floor. I'm trying to remember what Juniper looked like in the first one. She looked so innocent. With the dark outfit, she looked so not. What the hell? Well, that's down to the first floor waiting room. Still no Prof. Courte. It's been over 30 minutes. And Mr. Wright snoozing away on the sofa. This is so boring. I should have hidden in this lecture hall and spied on the mock trial. Yeah, you should have. Ah! What was that? Okay. Well, something's happened in the hallway by the look of it.
Athena, I could have sworn I just heard something fall down and break.
If you go running now, they'll think it was you. Well, it wasn't me. I think it came from somewhere outside. Oh, well, we better go have a look. Seeing as everyone else is in the lecture hall. Okay. Right, 67th School Festival. So this is the outdoor stage. Is this stage for some sort of concert? It kind of reminds me of a courtroom. Wait, Athena, behind the witness stand. What? Whoa, okay. Ah! An arrow? Prof. Courte, can you hear me? Professor! Wait, that's who we're supposed to be meeting with? It looks like our meeting's been cancelled for us. No way! This can't be real! I called the police. They should be here soon. I'll go tell everyone in the lecture hall, too. No, wait. They'll find out soon enough once the police get here. Let's do our own crime scene investigation before it gets too crowded around here. Huh? Are we even allowed to do that? It's no big deal, as long as we leave it exactly like we found it. Plus... No, never mind. Anyway, we should look around while the scene's still fresh. But... okay, you're the boss. So we've gone to examine land, and we're playing as Athena rather than Phoenix. In addition to checking the body, we should also check the area around it. But we don't have much time. Check only what you can. Nervous, Athena? Yes, I mean, no! Apollo didn't bat an eye at the alderman's body during that case in Ninetales Vale. I can't let him show me up. I can do this. Just take a deep breath and focus. Right, about the murder as well. Well, it's not like Phoenix knows anything. So, Prof. Courte was... Yep, the professor I was here to meet with. Turns out she wasn't running late after all. How awful. Here she was lying dead and we thought she was late. What was that you were saying before, boss? You never finished. Oh, that. Don't worry. I'll fill you in later. But right now, let's focus on the investigation, okay? Okay. Sure. Suspense is killing me. Well, he needed to meet very specifically with Prof. Courte, so what is he looking into? Is the question here. We should start by studying the body. I wonder what's the best angle for this. Well, I wanted to look at the other things right now. From this point. Oh god, we really are having to look at the body before anything else. Well, that'll be the best angle, I feel. I guess I really do have to examine the body. Well, guess I better get used to stuff like this if I want to be a full-fledged lawyer. Well, the most interesting thing to me is not this at all. I mean, obviously that is interesting. And Pink Shoe's interesting. But there's binding marks on the arm. Like she's been held somewhere? Or like suspended? Or cuffed? Notice anything strange about the body? Take a deep breath and then take a good look. Well, now you mentioned it, there's no blood around it. Yet the victim's body is cold and rigor mortis has already started to dissipate. It would appear that quite some time has passed since Prof. Courte was murdered. Thing is, the quad was packed with students up until the start of the mock trial. Wait, then doesn't that mean she was killed at a different location? Oh, I know! The killer moved the body here while everyone was in the lecture hall! That's a definite possibility. Notice anything else? Her arms are raised over her head and there are dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something. Eventually, her wrists were unbound and as she reached up to stretch, she was killed? Actually, I'm not so sure about this theory. No, it looks to me like she was tied up above the stage? Well, there's not exactly a lot to go on. There's quite a lot to go on, to be honest. So it looks like she must have been tied up above things. And then the body was dropped at maybe a predetermined time where everyone was in a hallway, for example. What do we have here? A book? I'm guessing it fell out of a chest pocket. Wait, what if it's a diary? That's the most private thing a girl has. True, but considering the situation at hand, my apologies to the late Prof. Courte. No, don't! Right. Looks more like a planner than a diary. 22nd, routine report. Need to speak with Hugh O'Connor. 23rd, meet with Hugh about that report yesterday. Important. On the 24th, 9 AM, prep for mock trial final confirmation. 1 PM, meet with Mr. Wright about training seminar. And at 2 PM, mock trial begins. Every page seems to have the same sword mark printed on it at that, which is going to be obviously important. I still think a girl deserves their privacy, but this may help us solve the case. Court's planner has been added to the court record. Alright, well, I'm going to not check out his shoes, because obviously it's going to want me to check out the heart? The arrow before anything else. There's an arrow stuck in the side. Gunshot wounds and stab wounds are pretty common, but arrow wounds? This is a homicide any way you slice it. In other words, we have a murder on our hands. A murder? Here? So that makes this arrow the murder weapon? Well, that and the bow that shot it. Right, but where could the killer have shot her from? The stage is a sea of obstructions. I'm no expert on archery, but it can't be easy to hit a target with this much stuff around. Would it be possible to kill someone by stabbing them with an arrow? I'm not sure. Guess we better do some more investigating before jumping to conclusions. It is possible to kill someone by stabbing them with an arrow. After all, it's a pointed thing meant to go in someone. It's very possible. I think that's about all we're going to find out from the body for now. Nice work, Athena. Your face only turned 5 shades of pale. I was expecting 50. We should probably take a picture of the crime scene just in case. Okay, I'm on it. Say cheese. Oh, that's insensitive. Cheese? And I thought I was the one with a twisted sense of humor. I think that should do it. Alright, let's take a better look around the area while we wait for the police to arrive. Well, first of all, there's... Oh, okay, we took us straight there. This pile of rubble sticks out like a sore thumb. Looks like broken pottery or plaster. Maybe this is the source of that noise we heard. There are supposedly 2 statues on the stage. I seem to recall hearing that a co-ed from the Fine Art Club had made them. There were 2. And that thing over there is the remains of another statue. The colours are very interesting to me, though. This could be related to the case. Let's take a closer look. Sure, well, let's take a look at, first of all, an obvious paper that's on the floor. Wonder what this was a statue of. Whatever it was reddish purple in colour. When Apollo and I first got here, both statues were already here, but they were covered up. I bet they were waiting to unveil them when the school festival moved here to this stage. You mean this duffel bag looking thing was actually being used to cover the statues? I guess that just leaves the question, were they broken by accident? Or on purpose? What a puzzle this is. Well, I want to check that. Obviously, I've got to look up a little bit more. There's something buried in the rubble. The Themis Herald? Wait, we shouldn't disturb it. Let's just read what we can. The pending declaration of Love Rocks campus. Final act in torrid love triangle centered on campus She-Devil Juniper Woods. Don't tell me. In blue at the top, we have a defendant or defense attorney. In red, because general themes, at the top right, we have a prosecutor. And they're vying for the attention of a judge. I'd like to take this second to just state how terrible an idea this whole place is, the Themis Academy. Because you just got people... Defense with prosecution, of course, there's always going to be, like, rivalry that's there. There's not only just going to be rivalry that's there. It's going to be, like, a kind of a hate. You know that you're basically going to careers where you're constantly against each other. Though there shouldn't be that kind of thing. That's just how things turn out. You've got a judge in here as well. So, like, people can schmooze with the judges before they've actually become actual judges. And kind of get not only a personal relationship which could skew or bias towards a prosecution or defense attorney. But apart from that, it's just like they could fall in love and stuff like that. This is just a recipe for disaster, this whole academy, surely? I don't know, I'm quite interested if this happens in real life now, if we have prosecutors and defense studying together and knowing that they're going to be prosecutors or defense. I thought they'd choose later. I'm just like, this is a terrible idea. Final act in torrid love triangle centered on campus She-Devil Juniper Woods. Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the She-Devil's black heart. Hugh O'Connor has declared that he will confess to her if he wins. Right. Why is Juniper Woods a black-hearted lady? Judge? What? Wait. What? I seriously wish I hadn't read that. You find that more shocking than discovering a murder victim's body? But we're talking about my friend Junie here. She'd never lead guys on like that. Athena, you don't believe everything you read, do you? This article is clearly written with malicious intent. I'm not buying a word of it. Yeah, that's very much a smear piece. Tabloid, blah. You're right, but it's still disturbing, even if it's a third-rate tabloid material. Yep, because people believe this. Tabloids. Mr. Wright, Athena. Oh, here comes Apollo. I've never seen anyone move so fast. Listen, something big's happened. I was at the mock trial when the police announced a body had been found on campus. That's right, and we're the ones who phoned it in. We found Prof. Courte dead behind the witness stand over there. What? Can you show me? What the? We've already had a quick look at the body. It's definitely a homicide. Once the police get here... No, I know it's a homicide. I'm shocked because it's the same. Exactly the same. This isn't the only body. What? Whoa there, Apollo. Take a deep breath and explain what you mean. It's the same. The body, that is. It's just like how it was in the mock trial. Oh? What? It's like the mock trial? I know, it sounds crazy, but... The body's location and position, the murder weapon, the lack of pooling blood. It's all exactly like the mock trial. You're kidding, right? It can't really all be the same, can it? Here come the police. It's not long till we'll hear that famous phrase. Unless we move over to the mock trial auditorium. I guess they would clear us out and all. Technically civilians currently. The whole school's in an uproar. There won't be any more classes today. A murder on campus. That's the last thing I expected at a legal academy. I'll go tell Prof. Means what we observed when we discovered the body. You two wait here until you've spoken with the police. Yes, boss. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe we have to wait around here. I can't stay still at times like these. I hope Junie hasn't fainted from the shock of this whole thing. Ah! Athena! Athena. There you are. Junie! Am I glad to see you? I was worried that... Don't worry about me. I am student council president after all. I need to be strong. Student council president? Wow, I'm impressed! She's really changed. She used to be kind of sickly and shy. Juniper, was it? You mind if we ask you a few questions? Yeah, we're stuck here waiting for the police, and there's really not much to do. Sure. What would you like to know? Okay, we'll talk to Junie Woods, the Black Heart of Themis Legal Academy. I haven't seen you in ages, Junie. What's it been, 7 years or so? Yes, and I remember how you were always there for me, Athena. Maybe it's just me, but I wanted to ask why you seem so distant. Remember how you used to call me Athena? I liked it better that way. It felt like we were sisters, you know? Yes, but I'm student council president now. And as the student representative of Themis Legal Academy, I have to act properly. She was never this stiff and formal before. I knew you wanted to be a judge, but I didn't expect this. It's such a prestigious school, and you're in the judge course to boot. Yes, and Prof. Courte had been in charge of it until, well, you know. Oh, right. Prof. Courte was the professor in charge of Junie's course. Right, let's learn more about Constance Courte. What sort of teacher was Prof. Courte? If I had to sum her up in a single word, I'd say she was amazing. A judge must always seek the truth. That was her mantra, and she used it in trying to fix what was wrong with our school. She was a beacon of hope in this dark age of the law. What's wrong with your school? What did you mean by that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Am I imagining things, or did I just detect something in Junie's voice? Prof. Courte chose my script for the mock trial. Oh, you mean all of the students in the judge course had to submit a script? And yours was the one she selected? That's amazing, Junie! Oh, thank you. But now Prof. Courte is... Who would do such a thing? I'd like to point out this, of course, makes her prime suspect. Just yesterday, we were working together, trying to get the things ready. And now your cough's come back, eh? Excuse me. Are you alright, Junie? Maybe you should take it easy for a while? So she's still got that cough. I guess she's not as strong as she pretends to be. Right, so the mock trial itself we want to know more about. Why did you need a script in a showdown between a lawyer and a prosecutor? Well, we were simulating a trial, so we needed a script as a framework. All the details about the incident and the people involved are included in the script. We also prepared a crime scene, photos, a murder weapon, and other kinds of evidence. Wow, you guys think of everything. Must be hard getting all that ready. Yes, well, it was only Prof. Courte and I. After all, we didn't want the script or other elements of the mock trial to get leaked. We were the only ones in the entire school who knew all of the details. It must have been a big pain in the... it must have been really difficult. I wrote the script so that the case could go either way. That way, the defense and the prosecution both had an equal chance of winning. If you think that's all she's capable of, you've got another thing coming. Well, who is this that's appeared? We'll leave that to the next episode as we started off Turnabout Academy. What is going on? Because we know that Juniper Woods is going to be prime suspect number 1, having written a case that seems to be the exact copy of the murder that's happened to Professor Courte. With Phoenix now checking things out, and with Cykes, Athena Cykes, as our protagonist. We'll continue on getting to the bottom of what is the problem in Themis Legal Academy next time. I'll see you then for more Phoenix Wright. Bye-bye.